The Tuesday, March 7th, 2023 meeting of the Eden Prairie City Council is now called to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. It's customary that I read an open podium invitation. We actually had people this evening take advantage of this, so it's nice to avail this option to our residents. Open podium is an opportunity for Eden Prairie residents to address the City Council on issues related to Eden Prairie City government prior to each council meeting. These council meetings typically occur the first and third Tuesday of each month from 6:30 to 6:55 here in the council chamber. If you wish to speak at open podium, please contact the city manager's office at 952-949-8412 by noon of the meeting date with your name, your phone number, and subject matter so we can be better prepared for you. Open podium is not recorded or televised. If you have questions about open podium, please do contact the city manager's office. Mr. Getchell, I believe we have one donation to accept this evening.
We do, Mayor. I will turn this over to Mr. Lothammer.
Your Honor, council members, this donation is from Choice Connects to the Senior Center. It's for actually 3 different events that they're sponsoring, March Bingo, June Bingo, and also the holiday lunch.
Nice. And as I always say every meeting, because we're so appreciative of these donations, is that all these groups that do donate money, they really help our tax dollars go further, because we just can't do everything. So we really appreciate this evening. Council, is there someone that would make a motion to receive?
I'll move to adopt resolution accepting the donation of $200 from Choice Connections for the Senior Center special events.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right. Agenda and other items of business. Are there any additions to the agenda that anyone wishes to add under council member reports? If not, is there someone that would make the motion to approve the agenda?
I'll move to approve the agenda.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, minutes. Any items or lines to edit or question within the either workshop minutes held back on February 21st or the council meeting? If not, is there a motion to accept both?
Move to approve the following city council minutes. Council workshop held Tuesday, February 21st, 2023. City council meeting held Tuesday, February 21st, 2023.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, consent calendar. We have items A to M. Are there any items you want to learn more about, question? You could even pull temporarily and we could vote on separately. Council, your pleasure. Then if not, if someone would make a motion to approve the items A to M on the consent calendar.
Move to approval of items A through M on the consent calendar.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Mr. Getchell, I believe we have 2 resolutions this evening.
We do, Mayor. We do. We have a resolution and we have some ordinances. The first resolution is related to the Ryan Company's Eden Prairie multifamily project apartment building proposal that came into you last year. So as you know, this is the 211-unit proposed apartment building on the 7-acre property on the northwest quadrant of Valley View Road and Topview, the 5-story apartment building with 1 level of underground parking. So this is a project that had obviously staff review, neighborhood meetings, neighborhood input, planning commission public hearing, city council public hearing. City council public hearing actually in August was held. And then following that public hearing in August, you directed staff and city attorney to prepare a resolution of denial for this project as it was submitted. And so that is now coming back to you this evening, and you can see in the packet, there's quite a bit of material and findings of fact related to why you would deny this project for a property that is in the comprehensive plan is actually guided for office and not residential. So again, there's been quite a bit of discussion at the council level and several public hearings. Tonight is simply your action that's needed to make a motion on a resolution of denial for the project.
Thank you, Mr. Getchell. And not knowing exactly what council is going to want to say or comment or question or nothing, this could move quickly tonight. And I just want to underscore what you said, that we've done our due diligence, and we have had 2 neighborhood meetings and a planning meeting and a council meeting, council workshop. There's a lot of action been going on. We have studied this and been involved with this now, what are we on, 6 months or something? So this is simply the culmination of us having directed staff to bring back a resolution for findings of denial. Okay, with that, council, any thoughts or comments you want to share? If not, I would entertain a motion.
I will make the motion. Move to adopt a resolution denying the applications of Ryan Companies for a comprehensive plan amendment, plan unit development concept review, plan unit development district review with waivers, zoning change, site plan, and preliminary plat for the Eden Prairie multifamily project.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Mr. Getchell, moving on, we have an ordinance amendment.
Thank you, Mayor. Yes, we do. So you conducted interviews for commission members at last week, your last meeting. And following those interviews, and the good news is there were many, many people who applied for positions. We did not have room, council does not have room to put everybody on a commission. There are several that we have to turn away and hope that they apply next year. And again, there are other avenues for being involved as well. However, there were 2 commissions where the council noted that we could possibly expand membership and be able to add additional members. And we've done that in the past with our Sustainability Commission. We've done that with our Human Rights and Diversity Commission. And this evening, the discussion is to do that with our Parks and Recreation and Natural Resources Commission and our Heritage Preservation Commission. So you can combine these into one ordinance for an update on both of these commissions, but the proposal before you is to increase the size of the Parks, Recreation, Natural Resources Commission up to 11 members. Currently, the max is 9. And then with the Heritage Preservation Commission, the max membership on that is currently 7. And you would be moving that to 9. And as I said, we have several other commissions that have 9 members or 13 members. And it's just nice that we have this much interest and ability to put qualified people on those commissions. The thought here is that typically most ordinances that we do have a first reading, one meeting, and you come back for a second reading at a future meeting. If you want to combine the two and vote on a first and second reading so it's effective as soon as possible, you need to do that tonight with a unanimous vote. And obviously, it's your direction to expand the commissions. Later on in this meeting, you're actually making your appointments. So it's obviously pretty important that you would approve the first and second reading before we do the appointments. So these ordinances are in the packet for you for expanding the membership on these 2 commissions.
So I believe it's appropriate for me to ask the council then if there's anyone that would have a concern with expanding to both of these commissions by 2. Because if you did have a concern, we would want to change the motion to being just first reading and then come back. And we would not appoint on those commissions this evening. So is there anyone that has any concerns whatsoever? All right, if not, then is there a motion then to approve the first and second readings of this ordinance change?
Move to approve first and second reading of an ordinance amending City Code Section 2.23, Subdivision 3, relating to the membership range for the Heritage Preservation Commission and the Parks and Recreation and Natural Resources Commission.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed. All right, payment of claims. Basically, the metaphorical check writing that the city does between the last meeting and this meeting. If you've had the chance to look at that, does anyone have any question about any of the expenditures that occurred, money that went out of the city over the last couple weeks? If not, is there a motion to approve the payment of claims as submitted?
I'll move approval of payment of claims as submitted.
There's a second.
Second.
And just for the public in the audience and at home, this requires a roll call vote because it's money that each of us are certifying in essence as legitimate. So roll call vote.
Councilmember Freiberg,
Aye.
Councilmember Narayan,
Aye.
Councilmember Nelson,
Aye.
Councilmember Toomey,
Aye.
Mayor Case.
Aye. All right, moving on to public hearings, meetings, Mr. Getchell.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. So this is something we do every year. We hold a public hearing and adopt a resolution providing funding from our Community Development Block Grant Program to several nonprofits that serve and are in Eden Prairie. So we receive an allocation from the federal government on an annual basis from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. That allocation this coming year is very much in line with what we typically received, about $280,000. And then we have a committee made up of several of our employees and other people affiliated with providing program service funding make recommendations following application to the city for receiving the funds. I would say that a vast majority, not a vast majority, but maybe 2/3 of the funding goes to our housing programs. So internally, the city uses this federal money for our city's housing rehab loan programs, first-time home buyer programs, working with a land trust agency to buy affordable single-family owner-occupied homes in Eden Prairie, and also for, again, different rehab grants and loans. So that's about just under, the total funding for that is about $360,000. And then there's about $67,000 that we provide to our social service agencies, like I said. And so we're recommending, and I think these are in line with what was asked for, PROP to receive $30,000 of this funding for the housing support services, PROP to receive $15,000 for their emergency vehicle repair program, PROP to receive $4,000 for their child care program, and then the home program, the household and outside maintenance of elderly, through Senior Community Services, $18,000 for helping, again, like I mentioned, with the household elderly program. So as I mentioned, though that dollar amount comes to about $360,000. We have $80,000 of money left over from last year, plus the $280,000 that we're getting. That's the $360. $67 would go to these agencies. So the council is asked to hold a public hearing on the plans to distribute the funds, and then following the public hearing, you would pass a resolution recommending the distribution of those CDBG funds.
And just to be clear, the Community Development Block Grant funds coming out of HUD are allocated based on population and spread across cities across the United States of America. And did we ever have a follow-up to what I learned in Washington, D.C. in January, that there was a program with, I believe, affordable housing, but to potentially double this amount? I don't know if you had to apply for that. Do we know anything more about that yet, or?
I don't know the status of that. I don't think we would have to apply, Mayor. I think it would be an additional distribution similar to what they did during COVID.
Okay.
So if you remember during COVID, we were able to receive additional dollars. And again, we funneled several of those dollars to some of our city agencies as well, but I'm not aware of the status of that. I can check, but
I can check
I
on that
don't
as
think
well.
we'd have to apply.
Okay, great. Council, let's see. Do we typically,
Open the public hearing.
and it's not actually, yeah.
Yeah,
okay,
that should have.
Great. It should say to move to close the public
Yeah.
hearing as well. We'll have to do that. So are you fine if we have a public hearing and then we'll close that piece of it and let all of you comment if you wish? Okay. This is a public hearing. Anyone wishing to address the council on the CDBG funding and allocation, please come forward.
Good evening, Mayor and council members. My name is John Burkow. I'm with the Home Program of Senior Community Services. And just as a quick reminder, in case there's some watching that don't know about the Home Program, we basically help older adults here in Eden Prairie age in place. And the way we do that is we provide them help with home maintenance, repairs, cleaning, snow shoveling, lawn mowing, painting, different kinds of yard projects. We also offer free in-home safety checks and to help prevent falls. If people need grab bars or other assistive devices added, we can do that as well with our repair program. I'm really happy to announce we started a new service in 2022, a technology service. And so now we're helping older adults with technology, both in their home and in partnership with the Eden Prairie Senior Center. So we're taking appointments at the center or in people's homes. We also, through the generosity of the city, we're able to get some tablets and laptops so people at the senior center can use those devices or actually check them out. So we're working with Sue on that program. So it's a really great way for someone to try something out before they commit to buying it. One story I wanted to share of a partnership we have here in the city. Our program coordinator, Gary, who actually leads that technology program, he lives here in Eden Prairie. He's a member of St. Andrew Church. We've had a great partnership with them the last few years. Every spring and fall, they get a bunch of people together and they do raking here in the city for us, for our seniors. This past December, they were generous enough to buy gifts for older adults, not only here in Eden Prairie, but throughout our service area. And so we were able to give holiday gifts to 73 of our participants, those that the staff had identified, were in particularly isolated or, really needed the help around the holidays. And so the volunteers from the church actually delivered gifts to 26 people, and we helped out by delivering gifts to the remaining 47. And we're just hoping that we can continue this program in the years ahead too. I just want to take this opportunity very quickly to thank the City of Eden Prairie. You've partnered with us for a number of years, and we're really appreciative of the support. And we wouldn't be able to offer the services we do without the city's help. The one thing I am disappointed in, you may remember last year I stood up here and invited you guys to polar plunge with us. But we're going out again on Saturday down at Lake Riley, 4 of us from the Senior Community Services home team, jumping in the lake. I don't know what they did last year, but the hole was a little deep. I think they might have cut it in the wrong spot and the water went up about to my neck. So hopefully they corrected that for this year, but we'd still be happy to have anybody join us. And we got to show that we don't fear winter here in Minnesota. So we're very much looking forward to that. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Councilmember Toomey is the only one of us that typically does the jumping in the dunk tank and, yeah.
Never again.
I'm
So that's a no,
facetious.
is that what I'm hearing?
No, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you.
Someone else to address us. Give your name and address, organization you're with.
Mayor, council members, city staff, thank you for having me this evening. My name is Brenda Lana Wolke, and I'm the Executive Director at Homes Within Reach. That's the Affordable Land Trust program that we're doing here in your community. I would just want to tell you how important this program is and what it means to community members that we serve to help get homes in this community. As you know, home prices are very high. Even though they've leveled off in the last year, they're still extremely high. Here in Eden Prairie, for instance, as of January 1st of this past year, the average sale price was $450,250. Most folks making 80% AMI can't afford to buy in this community. And now you add on top of that the interest rates going up, and they're really struggling to purchase anywhere. So what we do is we come in and we buy homes that are somewhat affordable on the open market. We then come in and we rehab those homes. Our goal is to make the homes safety-wise very efficient, energy-wise, and all the health and safety concerns are addressed. So we're typically buying those older homes in your communities that maybe have lead paint issues. We address that. We put in radon systems. We put in new windows, put in insulation, new roofing, new siding, and the really important things that we as homeowners know are important, but oftentimes first-time home buyers look at how pretty a home looks and they overlook those things. Our goal is that when someone buys our home, those first 7 to 10 years, they're not going to have to put more money into this home. So that's the goal of what we're trying to do. And without community support, we can't leverage the county, the regional, and the state dollars. So the support of the community is really important for us to bring those other funds back into your community. With that, I'd like to tell you a little bit about what we've been doing here in your community. We currently have 19 homes in the community. That has helped 23 families achieve home ownership since we've started in this community. The average income of those families is 50% area median income. So we're really serving those folks that really do need help. One of the homes that we sold this year, we sold to a single mom who had been driving about 40 miles into Eden Prairie to work, and she'd bring her daughter with her to drop her off at school because the daughter went to school here. So we were really extremely happy to find a resident, or not a resident, but someone who works in the community who now is a resident here. So with that, I'm here to just tell you this partnership is extremely important. We want to see continued growth in this community. The amenities that you have here make it one of the most requested communities that we have. And so we really try to do what we can and stretch those dollars and make a big impact. Thank you.
Thank you for what you do. Yes. Home as well. I didn't want to leave you out of the thank you for what you all do. Hi.
Hello, Mayor Case and members of the City Council and staff. I'm Jennifer Loon, Executive Director of Prop Food. We are the food shelf and social service nonprofit here in Eden Prairie. And I'm very pleased to thank you once again for the great partnership that the city has had with Prop in many ways, but particularly with the CDBG support that we've had for our excuse me, our housing program, homelessness prevention program, special grants to provide childcare assistance to families who are maybe transitioning back into the workforce or have an opportunity to take a class or something to improve their economic earning status, or have an emergency auto repair that is needed generally for the sole source of transportation the family may have for getting someone to work or to school. So this partnership and these grants have been something that has been a long-standing relationship that we've enjoyed with the city. And what I can tell you from the time I appeared for the first time as executive director for Prop last year, but that's time, to fast forward to today, when I looked back at the numbers of how many people we were assisting through these programs 1 year ago and to what our experience has been in this current fiscal year, this will give you some example of what is happening with the need in our community, not only with food, which I think people generally associate with Prop, but also the financial assistance we provide. So in fiscal year 22, and our fiscal year runs July 1st through June 30th, at this point in time, we had done 12 cases of assistance for auto repair, emergency auto repair. Fast forward to today, we've done 24, so 100% increase. We had done only one child care assistance case, and some of that I think was pandemic related. A lot of people were still home, maybe with young children and not back ready, comfortable to go back into the workforce and putting their children in daycare again. Today, we've done 9 cases already this fiscal year, and again, this is just through the end of February. Housing cases. Last year at this time, we had done 33, and this is total housing cases, not just CDBG. And today, we have done 54 already, a 64% increase. So the need is great. We actually have expended all of the grant funds provided to us for the current fiscal year by the end of January. So the 30,000 in housing, the 15 in auto repair, and the 4 in childcare has all been expended for this year in 7 months. Fortunately, we rely on a lot of other partners to help us make sure that we can provide support to our clients throughout the year, and we're very appreciative of that. But it all starts with a strong relationship with the city. And again, I just want to thank you all so much for your support for PROP, for the people we serve, for making a stronger community through these partnerships. So thank you.
Thank you, Jennifer. Thanks for all you do as well.
Mayor, I have a question.
Yes.
Jennifer, I'm just curious, what is in your perspective, what is the reason for these increases? Is it the inflation, unemployment? I'm just curious.
Very good question, and I was going to touch on that a little bit. I didn't want to take too much of your time, but yeah, I think inflation, number one, has been a big factor for all of the services we provide. As you know, if you've gone to the grocery store, you know the price of food is way up. Rents are still very high for people, especially if you're a lower wage earner. And honestly, we have a lot of clients coming to us who are in rental units that they really can't afford. And so they get into a situation where if a child is sick or a spouse is sick or they have got COVID and they can't work for a while, they may not have paid time off. They get into a situation that they get behind in their bills and they need some assistance. You know, divorces, illness I've mentioned. We've had a few domestic abuse cases where people are fleeing to get to a safer place and they need help to get to maintain that. Single family, we have a lot of single parent families with children that we're assisting through this program, as well as a growing number of senior citizens. So it's kind of cuts across all demographic areas of the community. But again, affordable housing, which I know the City Council has been working on diligently for a number of years, but that continues to be an issue, as well as just people not being able to afford to live on the income that they're making.
Thank you, Jennifer.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jennifer. Others? So why don't we close the public hearing, say a few comments, and then go ahead and vote on it. So is there a motion to close the public hearing?
I move to adopt the resolution approving the
No, but why don't we, well, we could do that. Add the close the public hearing in there, though. It didn't
Okay.
get put in there. Go ahead, make.
Close the
whole-
public
make the whole
hearing.
motion, sure.
right?
Then we'll
Move to
discuss.
adopt the resolution approving the distribution of 2020-23 CDBG fund as recommended by Eden Prairie Human Service Review Committee.
Is there a second?
Second.
So we are, just to be clear about this, closing the public hearing and we just seconded that motion. So before we vote, any comments, questions you have as a council? I just want to say that, similar to when we receive gifts at the start of these meetings, that our nonprofits in Eden Prairie are just amazing. I guess I don't know what other communities have. I just know what we have. And I'm so thankful and grateful every day that we have these partnerships, because across the United States of America, a municipal government just can't do all the work that we have our nonprofits help us with. And I just think we have some of the best, and they're that good because of you all that came before us right now and spoke. It's the leadership within these organizations that make them so good, I believe. And of course, the people of Eden Prairie are just amazing people in terms of gifting and giving of their time and money and energy to help fellow Eden Prairians. So I'm just so grateful that we have these groups in our city. Council, anything else you
I
want to
agree
add?
with you. We are very fortunate. It's a great nonprofit community. It's a great community for volunteers, and you know, it's wonderful that we're able to donate some money. But also, I know that you guys go out and fundraise all the time. So
We have two amazing foundations here in the city as well, the Eden Prairie Community Foundation and the Foundation for Eden Prairie Schools. Those two are somewhat clearinghouses for different areas that they're responsible for, but we're just really fortunate to have both those foundations here as well. Anything else before we take the vote? Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right. Mr. Getchell, moving on.
Thank you, Mayor. Tonight we have before us an applicant is requesting a minor site plan amendment for their business on 6509 Flying Cloud Drive. This is Superior Tech. They're adding a loading dock to their location. So since this triggers a very minor site plan amendment that directly comes to the city council, it does not need to go through the planning commission, but it does require a public hearing and then a resolution for site plan approval. So this is not a planned unit development, and this is not, anything beyond a site plan, but it still comes to the city council. I believe the applicant is here tonight to give you a brief overview of their plans for their addition. And these plans are all code compliant, and they fit everything that we have in our code related to screening, setbacks, and exterior building materials. Thank you.
Great.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Mayor, Council, I'm Gordon Strum with RSP Architects, and I'm going to do the presentation here. This is at Flying Cloud Road, 6509 Flying Cloud Road. We've been working with Ben in planning on this. And let me think, see if I can get it. Nope. There we go. This is the Superior Tech, existing Superior Tech building, and we're adding on a small 450 square foot loading dock. I don't know if I got a pointer on here, if I can point. But it's on the, it's located here. There is an existing loading dock already, and we're adding on a small loading dock for a new tenant who's coming into the building. This is 450 square foot loading dock, and they expect minor traffic to this, maybe a couple of box trucks a day delivering materials to the, there's a small med tech firm that's going in there. We got some nice little drawings here. The city has asked us to provide screening from Flying Cloud Road back to the loading dock. It is already screened by the building itself, but there is a small window you might be able to see back there. So we're going to be adding 4 trees to provide screening. The loading dock itself, they're removing 2 trees, so we're going to replace that with 4 trees. Let's see, give you a little picture here. So there's the view from Flying Cloud Road. If you could see back there, and we're adding 4 trees to screen it. Here's the loading dock itself. So it's a small little loading dock, almost on grade. The materials are going to match the existing building. Actually, it's going to match the existing loading dock itself. And this is away from Flying Cloud Road, so actually it'll be mostly screened from the road. The new tenant is directly connected there. That's a separate project. There's the loading dock. Pretty straightforward. And there is a view from Flying Cloud Road. That's it. You go back to here. I don't know if there's any questions. It's
Council?
I have a simple question. What do you guys do?
we're architects.
Okay, thank you.
We're working with Buell Investments is the owner. Cushman Wakefield manages the building, and we're located in Minneapolis. We're a large architecture firm and interiors firm.
Great. Okay, this is a if you stay available in case we have more questions, but you may sit down if you wish, because we'll have a public hearing.
Sure.
Council, you okay if we open it up to the public, and then if you have questions or comments, we can either close the public hearing or take questions at any time. So this is a public hearing. If you wish to address the council on the Superior Tech Loading Dock Addition issue, please come forward. Okay, seeing none. Council, did you want to speak? You just stood up to move up or just being ready?
I'm with Buell Investors.
Okay. Sounds like we don't have questions. You're more than welcome to speak, though. Are you okay if we, okay. Council, why don't we go ahead and close the public hearing and make the motion, and then if you still have questions or comments, we can make them at that time.
We'll move to close the public hearing and adopt a resolution for a site plan review on 10.34 acres.
Second.
Second, okay. Council, any further discussion? Ready to vote?
Yep.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? All right. Thank you for coming, though, and being ready. So, all right. Commission appointments, Mr. Getchell.
Thank you, Mayor. Yes, I alluded to this before with the expansion of 2 of our commissions to make room for more new commissioners. As I mentioned earlier, we had over 30 people apply for approximately 15 spots on 5 of our 6 commissions, actually 7 if you count the Board of Appeal and Equalization that has a slightly different process. As a council, you interviewed every single one of them last Tuesday evening, and now would be the time to make the appointments for all of these people having 3-year terms that would run through basically April 1st of this year through the end of March 2026 on the different commissions. We will, we being staff and the city attorney, will host an orientation for the new commissioners at the end of March. So following appointment, we will let them know they've been appointed. We will set them up for orientation, and they will all begin attending the April commission meetings that occur at that time. And those that were not chosen by the council, we encourage to apply again or again get involved in some of our other programs like our Government Academy. And I will say with the Government Academy, I think I talked about this at the last council meeting, I think we have at least 4, if not more, of those people that did apply for these commissions have also signed up for the Government Academy.
Nice.
That's a good thing. So you have action to do all the appointments, and then if you don't mind, I'll just mention too, your action following that is approving all the chairs and the vice chairs. And then the action after that is for our Board of Appeal and Equalization.
Got it.
And I'll just mention really quickly that that is more of a specialized commission that only meets sometimes only once. Sometimes they'll meet twice. Last year, they were a little busy because of the valuations that we had, but they meet to review any appeals that people have to their property values in Eden Prairie. And that commission is made up of real estate professionals throughout different real estate agencies and different areas and appraising companies within Eden Prairie. So they are all residents as well. And so that's the 3rd appointment that you're going to make.
Can I ask our attorney just to double check, can I have a council member basically read from each bullet point and then we'll second all of them together and then vote? Is that appropriate?
Yes.
So Council Member Toomey, if you would start then with the Flying Cloud, and then Council Member Narayan, you'll go to HPC, I'll do Parks, et cetera. It sounds like, Lisa, you might have 2 of them then, and we'll come back around to you, but is that fine, everyone?
Yep.
Okay, Councilmember Toomey.
So move to appoint to the Flying Cloud Airport Advisory Commission Daniel Dorson, Vinod Pillai, and Nick Rogers with terms ending March 31st, 2026.
Appoint to Heritage Preservation Commission Rod Fisher, Catherine Lau, Steve Schumacher, and Melanie Willett with term ending March 31st, 2026.
Appoint to the Parks, Recreation, and Natural Resources Commission Cecilia Cervantes, Patrice Erickson, Dwayne Holcomb, Annie Claude, Tom Poole, and Shanti Shah with terms ending March 31st, 2026.
Appoint to the Planning Commission Andrew Piper, Fu Silve, and Charles Weber with terms ending March 31st, 2026.
Appoint to the Sustainability Commission Michelle Frost, Jim Nile, and I hope I don't mispronounce bad, Musai Usmani, with terms ending March 31st, 2026.
Councilmember Toomey.
Appoint to the Human Rights and Diversity Commission Samuel Griffin with terms ending March 31st, 2026.
Is there a second to all of it?
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? All right. Keep going on down then, Mr. Getchell, or do you have anything to
Yes,
say
Mayor.
about?
Yeah, I don't have anything to add. Again,
Then
these are chairs and
Maybe
vice
just to
chairs.
say that the chair and the vice chair recommendations, it's our choices, but we take the recommendations and we value strongly of the various liaison staff members that work with these commissions. So these are not blind recommendations. We've done our due diligence.
Mayor, I'll just add quickly, I think on every single one of these, every chair you're appointing tonight is the current chair.
Perfect.
Reappoint.
Councilmember Toomey, you
Sure.
okay starting it off?
Appoint Daniel Dorson, Chair, and Mark Morhack, Vice Chair of the Flying Cloud Airport Advisory Commission.
Appoint Rod Fisher, Chair, Paul Thorpe, Vice Chair of the Heritage Preservation Commission.
Appoint Patrice Erickson, Chair, and Tom Poole, Vice Chair of the Parks, Recreation, and Natural Resources Commission.
Appoint Andrew Piper, Chair, and Ed Farr, Vice Chair of the Planning Commission.
Appoint Aaron Polk, Chair, and Cindy Hoffman, Vice Chair of the Sustainability Commission.
Appoint Gregory Leeper, Chair, and Shahram Misagi, Vice Chair of the Human Rights and Diversity Commission.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed. All right. Any further that you want to say, Mr. Getchell, about what you already talked about, the Board of Appeal and equalizations?
No, Mayor, I'll just add, when you vote on this, this appointment is for just this year. So it's March of this year through the end of May, just so the board can get their work done this year.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Council, any further questions on that? Let's see. I guess just need one person to make a motion.
Move to appoint the Board of Appeal Equalization, Lyndon McQuist, Nate Thompson, Steve Tussman, Mark Hoffman, Scott Verdal for the period of March 7, 2023 through May 31st, 2023, or until the Board of Appeal Equalization complete its works.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed. All right, council and/or Mr. Getchell, is there anything else to come before the council this evening?
Mayor, there's not.
If not, is there a motion to adjourn?
I'll move to adjourn the city council meeting.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed. This meeting is adjourned.